here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, giving live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks from this 15-game card from Major League Baseball, single from the WNBA. But make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. Really helps build up our audience. Really does. So what we'll do here is introduce the cappers, get right to the picks, as we don't mess around here on the drive field. Let's go to Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
Not much, Tony T. Everything's solid with me. Coming off a 2-0 day. Badly needed it after being getting stumped early this month. But all in all, everything's going good with me. Ready to give out some winners on this baseball today.
All right. Just got we're live and on the YouTube. Just want to make sure everything's functioning well, as I had to use StreamYard here on our show today and this week, because I want to make sure we have good connections when we're doing this show. All right. Let's hit it. Damien, what's going on?
How we doing, Tony? Coming off a 2-0 day, looking to keep it rolling. Nice looking slate today, and looking forward to giving you guys some winners out there.
Absolutely. Let's say that to David Racy. David, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. Had a great first week here in the NFL preseason. I don't know what it is about the NFL preseason, but the last 3 years I've just killed it. For whatever reason, I must read the backups and the third stringers pretty well. But excited for week 2 to start here, I think on Friday. And yeah, like Wayne said, excited to look at the baseball slate today.
Well, maybe you're just fading all the moves.
Yeah, that is a profitable thing to do. That's for sure. Yeah, the line movements, if you strictly just fade them, yeah, you're swimming in the cash. That's for sure.
No doubt about that. All right, let's kind of go through the baseball here. There's been a few changes here since the morning and the overnights here. So we'll let you know. Javier Assad off the injured list. He will get the start. I guess Ben Brown's never was so brutal there, but Assad gets the start here. I see a lot of bullpen as they're in Toronto today to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. So Assad in today. But it will be Yandris Gomez getting the start today for the White Sox here as they take on Detroit Tigers. Also, tomorrow, Keiters Montero gets a start. I saw Scooble scratched for some reason. I haven't found the reason why. But Montero tomorrow, Yandris Gomez today for the White Sox as they take on Detroit. Matter of fact, that's the game with the chance of rain here, 66% chance of rain there in Chicago tonight, as we'll continue to look for any other changes here tonight. Let's see. Of course, Freddie Peralta going today instead of yesterday as he faces Skeens and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Quintana went yesterday. They kind of just flip-flopped there. And what else do we have here? And, of course, Victor Mederos will get the start for the Angels. Tyler Anderson has a back injury, was scratched here. So Victor Mederos gets to start for the Angels, kind of a bullpen guy. So maybe seeing a bullpen game actually on both sides because Emmett Sheehan goes for the Dodgers here today. And let's see, that should do it. So we got you covered here with all the changes in the weather forecast here for tonight. Just one game to keep an eye on as far as rain. So let's get to the games here. Mariners and Orioles. We see here the Mariners $1.46, total of 9. Phillies and Reds. It is the Phillies $1.33. This one's come down a bit here, total 9.5. Marlins and Guardians. We've got the Guardians here $1.27, total 8.5. Twins and Yankees. The Yankees $2.05, total of 9. And the block with Cubs. The Blue Jays down to $1.19, total of 9. We get started with the Wayne.
Yeah, we'll start with this Miami and Cleveland game. Give me the over here. Cleveland 8-2 in their last 10. Bats are flowing in the last 6 coming off this road trip with the White Sox and the Mets. 18-14 to the over as a home favorite. Junks on the mound for Miami. He has not looked good. 5 ERA, giving up 6 hits and 3 runs over his last 5. Allen's not much better. ERA looks a lot better, but all in all, he's giving up about 6 hits and 3 runs in average. Miami's bats are shaky, but I do think they can get to Allen here. And like I said, Cleveland's bats are hard enough to where they can get to junk. And Miami's bullpen is pretty bad, so I'm going to take the over 8.5 in that spot. And we're doing Cubs Toronto. Give me the Cubs. Give me the Cubs money line in the revenge spot off a loss. Ben Brown, not the greatest of selections. He choppy, kind of on and off. But I like him in this spot. Cubs extremely good on the bounce back, 35-14, actually best in MLB. Strong price as well. Toronto just coming off this road trip, 6-10 off 1 day's rest. Barrios does not play well against the Cubs, so give me the Cubs in this spot as an underdog.
Yeah, from Wayne, move on over to Damien.
Yeah, I like the Guardians in this matchup here at the Marlins. As Wayne mentioned, Cleveland 8-2 over the last 10, right in the heels of the Yankees now for that wild card berth. Marlins were hot, but they've lost 3 in a row and 2-6 now in their last 8 games. Miami does not hit left-handed pitching well. Logan Allen obviously going for Cleveland left-handed. Marlins just 228 on the year against lefties. Kind of two teams headed in opposite directions. I'm going to back Cleveland in this spot. Taking a look here then at the Mariners and the Orioles. I like the Mariners on the run line. Excuse me. They're pretty hot right now. 7 in a row and 9 in their last 10. George Kirby's on a nice run of his own here. He's won his last 3 starts. Over those last 3 starts, 18 innings pitched. He's given up just 4 earned runs and has struck out 24 batters. Baltimore is just 3-7 in their last 10. They're coming off a series with the A's where they had just 12 total hits in their 3-game series. So obviously they're not swinging the bats too well. Kramer has allowed 12 runs in his last 17 innings pitched in his last 3 outings. So give me the Mariners on the run line in that one.
Yeah, from Damon on over to David.
Yeah, looking at the that Cubs Blue Jays game, I'm going to take the Blue Jays. I did agree with the Cubs had Brown been starting, but with them going with Assad, I just don't trust him coming off of a lengthy IL stay. I mean, I know he hasn't pitched this year, and I think he got injured at the end of last season, so he hasn't pitched in the majors in quite some time, probably close to a year. He only built up to 65, I think, 68 pitches, something like that in his last rehab start. So he'll definitely be on a pitch count. Barrios, I'm not super excited to back him, but I do think he's the more trustworthy of the 2 starters. I also like the Toronto lineup. So I'll take the Blue Jays at home. Twins, Yankees. Yankees on the run line, just fading the AAA Twins. I know Minnesota was hot to start after that trade deadline, but I'll back Rodon and the Yankees to keep things rolling just like they did last night. And then lastly, the Phillies and the Reds. I'm going to take the Reds on the money line here, plus 125. Suarez has great numbers on the season, but if you look at his last few starts, he has started to struggle a little bit. He's allowed at least 3 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 outings. Last time out against Baltimore, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. Singer for Cincinnati is not much better, super inconsistent, but I just think with 2 inconsistent pitchers, Cincinnati being at home, I like the Reds with the plus money.
Derek from David, tell you what I think about these games. I'm taking the plus money with Baltimore. Kirby in his 6 road games, ERA near 5. Kramer has been better at home. In his home appearances, 9 of them, ERA under 3. Mariners against righties on the road this year, 18-22, losing 5 units. Against these really good teams with a 540 to 620 win percentage, Baltimore 12-6 at home, returning 6.5 units. So I'll look at Baltimore in that spot there. Also here, I'll look at what else we have in this one. I'll take Toronto in this spot. Chicago 229 batting average over the past 6, and Toronto's just hitting the cover on the ball right now. Both bullpens a little sketchy right now, but looking at Chicago on the road against an AL starter with a whip of 1.30 or greater. Chicago just 2-8, losing 6.5 units. In Toronto, while they've won 13 of 16 at home, returning 10 units. I'll look at Toronto in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Time for the middle block in Major League Baseball. And we start here with the Braves and Mets. The Mets $1.37, total sits at 8. Pirates and Brewers. It's the Brewers here. This has come up. We saw $1.20 overnight. It's now up to $1.36 on the Brewers. Total has come down. The 7s are gone now. It's 6.5 pretty much everywhere. Tigers and White Sox. It's the Tigers $1.61, total 8.5. Nationals at Royals. Royals about $1.90, total of 9. And the block with Rockies and Cardinals. It will be the Cardinals here, $1.81, total 8.5. Start with Wayne.
Yeah, we'll head to this Rays Athletic game. Give me the Rays coming off that win. I like the momentum they're playing with. 6-4 against the Athletics. They're batting well against lefties over their last 6. Probably the best span of batting against lefties for them this season. Baez, numbers don't look great, but he has played great against the Athletics. Jacob Lopez, solid. Can't say nothing bad about him. He's been strong, but he is a high walk guy with a patient lineup with the Rays. Give me the Rays here. I just like the Rays money line in this spot. Just trust them in this spot late in the season.
There from Wayne on over to Damien.
I'm going to lay the run here with the Cardinals against the Rockies. Cardinals, starting Matthew Liberatore, has a little bit of bad luck his last three starts. He allowed 9 runs in 12 and 2/3 innings, but only 4 of those were earned. Now he's going to be facing this Rockies team that they really just kind of struggle to do anything well. They're giving up more runs than anybody in the league, and only the Pirates have scored less than them. Excuse me. They continue to struggle. Colorado's lost 8 in a row. Freeland 2-12 on the season, 5.53 ERA. Once he gets in trouble, they're going to turn it over to that 29th ranked bullpen. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Rockies, so I'm going to lay the run with the Cardinals in that spot. Pirates and the Brewers. I know the under's low, but I'm going to take that under. Skins, excuse me, absolutely dominant. But the Pirates don't score any runs for him. He's 7-8 on the year with a 1.94 ERA. And the Brewers aren't throwing any slouch out there. 13-5. Peralta, 3.03 ERA, 8-1 his last 10. And he's facing the Pirates, like I said, who have scored less than anyone in the league. So that's going to be a very low scoring game, in my opinion.
Yeah, from Damon on over to David.
Yeah, I'm going to take my Tigers on the run line here in this one. Minus 105, so not the best price, obviously. But I just think they're due for an offensive outbreak. Offensively, they've been actually pretty solid over the last couple of series. Their pitching's been the issue. Flaherty's going for them tonight, who has been super inconsistent. But he has allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 2 of his last 3 starts. The last one out was ugly, 5 earned runs against that Twins team that is pretty much a glorified AAA team. But Chicago going with an opener. I don't actually know who's going behind that, if it's a bulk pitcher, if it's just strictly a bullpen game. But I'm going to count on Flaherty to take care of this White Sox lineup, which is below average for sure. And I'll take the Tigers on the run line. And then, Cardinals, Rockies, I'll lay the 1.5 with the Cardinals. I agree with a lot of what Damian said. Liberatore has been pretty good. I mean, he hasn't gone very deep into games, but he's done a pretty solid job of limiting damage. He does allow some base runners, but not a ton of earned runs. And I just don't trust Kyle Freeland or this Rockies team on the road. 14-46 away from Coors Field. So I'll take the Cardinals minus 1.5.
There from David. Tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to take Strider and the Braves at the plus price here. New York's just not hitting 218 over their past 24. Strider, pretty good numbers over his past 10 games. The Mets have lost 8 of 9, losing 10 units. I'll look at Atlanta there in that spot. Going to take Milwaukee here. Pittsburgh as a road dog, if even money or greater. Just 13-33, losing 11 units. Their divisional numbers have been absolutely horrible there this year. Hitting, bullpen, you name it here. They've not done well on the road in the division. So I'll look at Milwaukee in that spot. I'll take the run line with the Royals here. Parker over his past 5 starts, ERA over 8, walking fantastic form right now, ERA under 2 over that same time period. We know this Nationals bullpen has been terrible. Past 24 games, ERA near 6. I'll look at KC and the run line in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we will close out Major League Baseball with these final 5 games. D-backs and Rangers. Here we got Texas $1.50, total 8.5. Red Sox and Astros here. Red Sox $1.07 on the road, total 8.5. Dodgers and Angels. Angels own them. 4 straight wins this year. It will be Dodgers $1.80. There's some 68s out there. Number coming down a bit. Total sits here at 10. Padres and Giants. The Giants $1.11, total 7.5. Close it with the Rays Athletics. Athletics $1.07, total 9.5. We start with Wayne.
Yeah, and this I don't really love this slot, but one game I do have edge on is Houston over Boston. Don't love the pitching matchup on this one. Just like Houston being at home with more reliable bats in this spot. Houston bullpen, a little bit of an edge in that department as well. And the number wise, I can get with Houston in this spot. So give me Houston money line.
There from Wayne on over to Damien.
Yeah, one that I like here in this block here is that's going to be the Dodgers Angels over the total. You kind of touched on it in the beginning, Tony. Kind of looking like a little bit of a bullpen game here between both these squads. Neither of them really have a very good bullpen. Now Dodgers are going to be starting at Emmett Sheehan, and he does have pretty decent numbers: 3-2, 3.00 ERA, but he has just pitched 30 innings on the season, and he's walked 11 batters. The Angels do have a little bit of pop in that lineup, and they can make opposing pitchers pay if they get behind them in the count. Sheehan's obviously not going to go deep into the game. And the Dodgers have bullpen ranked in the bottom 10 in terms of ERA. The Angels, as you mentioned, Victor Madero starting. He spent majority of his time in AAA this season, and they have a bullpen team ERA of 4.86, which is 27th out of 30th in Major League Baseball. I think we see a lot of runs scored in this one. This one's going to go over the total.
Yeah, from Damon on over to David.
Yeah, I'm going with the over here in Texas and Arizona, currently at 8.5. DeSclafani for the Diamondbacks has been okay, actually, but he doesn't go deep into games, and that Arizona bullpen is just atrocious. I know the Diamondbacks have really lost steam offensively for a while there. They were one of the better teams at scoring in baseball, but they did get back on track against the Rockies. They scored 6 runs last night. The bats are starting to wake back up. And I just don't trust the Arizona bullpen at all. So I think Texas, even though they are one of the lower scoring teams in baseball, I think they can definitely get to this Arizona bullpen when they get involved around the 5th or 6th inning. So I'll take the over 8.5 there. And then Padres Giants, I don't love it, but I'm going to take the Padres here at plus money. Cortez is definitely a wild card in my opinion. Obviously, just the one start since April 3rd, and that was last Wednesday against the Diamondbacks, 4 2/3, 2 earned runs. But he's facing the San Francisco offense that has just been brutal. I know Robbie Ray's going for the Giants, and he's actually had some very good numbers, but I just don't trust the Giants offensively at all. I think San Diego is miles ahead of them at the plate. So I'll put my faith in Cortez. Don't love it, but I do like the Padres here.
Yeah, from David, tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to take Arizona at the plus money here. Lighter here over his past 20 starts, ERA over 4. This concern here with the bats here with Texas, just 229 at home. Arizona over their past 6 hitting 280. You look at Lighter over his past 10 starts and ERA approaching 5. D-backs at a road dog at this price has been profitable here, returning about 8.5, about 8 units here. So I'll look at Arizona in this spot. Also, I like the Padres as well. San Diego hitting in better hitting form. Their bullpen solid over their past 25 games, ERA of 2.18. So Nestor doesn't really have to go very deep here. Like I said, San Diego's after that division title, that's a goal for them here. I think it's been almost over 20 years since they won the division. We know Ray over his past 5 starts now, ERA getting close to 4 now. And Giants against lefties at home this year, just 3-11, losing 13.5 units. I can only look at the Padres here. Athletics and Rays, I thought it was a terrible spot for Athletics yesterday. That's why I had Tampa Bay, but I'm going to go the other way. I'm taking Athletics here, getting that extra day here, some rest here after that flight, and then having to come back and play yesterday. Rays hitting just 214 over their past 25. Athletics hitting better. Look at Boz in his past 5 games here, ERA nearly 7.5. Lopez ERA has been good over that period of time. In their past 24 road games, Tampa Bay just 6-19. Losing about 11.5 units, so I can only look at Athletics in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. As we turn our attention now over to the W, of course, the NFL comes back Friday. Then we have 11 games on Saturday, a couple on Sunday, and then the Monday night game. So that's how the NFL schedule will be this week. CFL Thursday, Friday, and the 2 on Saturday. Then college football getting closer and closer. We got to wait a little bit more, a couple weeks before we get to college football. So 2 on the W tonight, Wings and Fever. Looks like the Fever are going to lay 9 to 9.5. Total sits at 170.5. There, I'm seeing 169 in some place, so that total is all over the place. Liberty and Sparks. We saw this tick up from 4 to 4.5 since the morning here, and it's still sticking here at 4.5 in some places. Usually, most of the books have 4.5 now for the Liberty. Total sits here at 175.5. We start with Wayne.
Yeah, in that New York Spark game, give me the under 175. New York is going to have to bank on defense in this game. They're giving up 85 points a game on the road in their last 5, and they're scoring 82. They'll be without Breonna Stewart as well. Another reason for them to bank on their defense. Sparks playing outstanding as of lately, but it's been against a tough schedule, and they've had some tough games. So I definitely expect them to struggle a little bit offensively, and getting incorporated back in their lineup against some of these veteran teams. Just going to take her a second to get acclimated. Another reason for their offense to be a little slowed up. And I like the under 175 in that one. And give me Dallas plus the points. I know possibly no Ngumbabwe. She game time decision and Clark's out, but Dallas working with double revenge. I think Indiana will win, but I don't think they'll cover. They're riding the high right now where they're playing pretty well without Clark. Just a perfect letdown spot for Dallas to get the cover in this spot. So give me Dallas plus the points, even if Parlay doesn't play.
There from Wayne on over to Damien.
I'm going to take the Sparks here against the Liberty. These teams played a 2-point game a couple weeks ago with the Sparks winning in New York. LA's playing really well. They won 8 of their last 10 games. Liberty just 10-11 since that 9-0 start. They really missed Breanna Stewart. Sparks, in my opinion, just playing better ball right now. So I'll take them in this spot.
There we go from Damon on over to David.
Yeah, I'm actually on the other side of this Wings Fever game. I'm going to lay the points here with Indiana. The Wings have just really fallen off lately. They're just 3-12 on the road, really just a disappointing season overall, but they've lost 4 straight games by at least 9 points. One of those was a 10-point loss to the Fever. Defensively, Dallas has been a mess. They've allowed 85 or more in 5 straight games. Indiana has owned them all year. I am a little concerned, like Wayne had mentioned, it is a bit of a letdown spot just because of how Indiana has played against Dallas. But I don't see Dallas's defense doing enough to keep this close. So I'll take Indy by double digits.
Yeah, from David. All right, we got you through the WNBA. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where our cappers give out a parlay, team, a player prop, game of the future. They'll make the call here. We start with Wayne.
Yeah, I really like that under 175 in the WNBA. We can pay that up with the Rays and go with the over in Cleveland, Miami.
There we go from Wayne on over to Damien.
A nice little 2-teamer here. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the run line and the Dodgers Angels over the total. And if you're willing to spend a little bit of juice, Skenis has not allowed a run now in the first inning in 24 straight starts, going up against the Brewers. Brewers are hot, but he's just so good. And then Pirates just plain don't score. So if you're willing to lay the juice in that one, I think that's a pretty solid play as well.
From Damien there on the no-run first inning there. On over to David.
Yeah, 3-teamer on the run line. I'm going to take the Tigers. I'm going to take the Jays, and I'm going to take the Yankees, all 3 on the run line.
There from David, give me my 3-teamer today. I'm going to take the Guardians with the Braves and the Athletics. All right, we got you through our parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dog. Prim headed to a pretty good weekend of action today here from Major League Baseball and more. Of course, we just gave you our free picks, but if you head on over to Pick Dogs Premium, link in the description, you'll check it out there. So, guys, check us out over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. We'll see what Dwayne has for sale over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action today. So let's see what he's got rolling on. Put his board up here for you right now. What you got, Wayne, over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got 1 play in the W, best bet in the W, and I have a 3-pack in the MLB with 1 MLB play today. So if you don't need all 3 of those, you can just grab 1. You can pair me up with one of these top handicappers that you see on the show, or one of the top handicappers that you see on the site with our 2-for-1, 3-for-1 handicapper special, or you can just go over there and grab something long term as we have our packages individually and 7-day, 3-day, or monthly. So head over there to the site. You can grab that, and my best bet would be over there.
There you go. From Wayne, you can see his packages up there. Best Bet said more one-day passes, long-term subscriptions. They just go down his page. And, of course, one-day passes are credit guarantee. They must turn a profit or amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's credit guarantee. Get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's take a look, see what Damien has for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Damien's put together pretty good numbers here over the past 30 days. 488 units of profit. Document over on Damien's handicapper page to verify those numbers. What do you got for sale, Damien?
You got 3 baseball plays over for sale today, Tony. All 3 are for sale individually, or you can get them in my Major League Baseball triple play, where you'll get all 3 plays that I have today. And then obviously, as Wayne mentioned, the long-term packages is definitely the way to go, where you get the most bang for your buck. A 3, 7, 30-day plan. I have my college football plans, season plans up for sale along with NFL, and then I got a combo football package. So whatever you're looking for, you'll be able to find it over on the website. And then always the 2-for-1 capper deals, which is my favorite. Team me up with one of the other great cappers that you see here on the show tonight.
There you go with Dame. You can see his MLB X Factor up there. 1-day passes, a credit guarantee. And then, of course, as you scroll, you'll find Damien's long-term subscriptions, football passes up already. It's that time of the year. So you got a lot to choose from here from Damien. So get on board with Damien over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's see what David Racy's got rolling on for this today over at Pick Dogs Premium. David, what you got for sale?
Yeah, I have a handful of MLB action tonight. One play in the WNBA as well. I have a 5-pack up there in baseball. A couple different single game packages. I'm definitely one of the higher volume bettors on the site. So just value wise, long term's the way to go. But if not, just join me for the day. Like I said at the beginning of the show, NFL preseason has been really good to us over the last 2 seasons. Started 7-3 in week 1. I play somewhere between 20 and 30 preseason games each year, just depending on the spots and what I like. So still plenty of action left there. So head on over, check it out.
Check it out with Damien over at Pick Dogs Premium. Got a lot going on there. You can see David's 5-packs, his featured play up there. And, of course, you can get the late winners as well and more over at David with the David Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. By the way, the link, is in the description. So just click the description link. You'll find it. Get on over there and get signed up with David Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, don't forget we got those long-term subscriptions out there. Multi-capper promotions, even greater value there. All right, guys, I have up for board right now. I got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. Got a best bet up there right now, as well as a 3-pack. I'm having a pretty good year in Major League Baseball this year. You'll find me up here on the boards here. Best bets, my featured play for today up there. Of course, it is credit guarantee. I also have a 3-pack, so 4 premiums for me today over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or you can scroll and find out my long-term subscriptions here. Having a great year in Major League Baseball, ranked number 3 in the year. Across the board here, you can see over the numbers over the past 30 days. It's been pretty good. I'm happy with them. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code PICK, save that 15% off. And, of course, match you up with your favorite capper here with the multi-capper promotion and get signed up. All right, guys, with you here on the drive-through Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that like, subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience. So, of course, we'll check in on Wayne. Of course, Wayne, you keep an eye on boxing for you. Boxing in the news. We might finally see we've seen all the contracts come down for WWE. We've seen some action with the UFC, but there's word now that I guess the UFC and WWE's boxing partner that they put together, there's in their news here that there'd be a big contract TV contract coming for them as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much about it, but I've heard about it earlier. I just didn't know if it was true or any confirmations about it. Is that the guy? Right. Yeah, he's from I think he was from like Iraq. He's been partnering with all the guys where they've been having a lot of the fights going. They partnered with Netflix and supposed to be partnering with some more folks.
Yeah, they got to get out. They got to get out the zone. No one has it. I don't know anybody with the zone.
Yeah, with that streaming service, exactly. So they're gonna have to partner. Great idea, doing a lot of good stuff. It's just not getting seen or broadcast the right way. So they're gonna have to partner up with somebody.
That's right. I think that's what they got to roll. All right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit those notifications. Lots of great content on the YouTube channel. Not just live shows, but a lot of on-demand content. So check it out over on the YouTube channel. Over at Pick Dogs. All right. Before we close it out, anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
Just 10 days till college football. We're almost there.
We're almost there. Getting very close, guys. Going to wake up. Bye, guys. Make it a winning night. We're back tomorrow here on the Drive.